Welcome back to GCN Racing and Stage 3 of the Vuelta a España. Yesterday we got a far more attritional stage than we were expecting and a big GC battle. Coming out on top was Nairo Quintana. He'd attacked his breakaway companions with just over 3 kilometres to go and would not be caught before the finish line. Behind him, Nico Roach finished in second place on the stage, taking 6 bonus seconds, and the overall race lead by just 2 seconds, 6 years after he last led this very race. Today was a much simpler affair, and one we expected to be for the sprinters. 188 kilometres to Alicante, with just 2 third category climbs along the way, and a predominantly downhill running towards the finish line. With the sprint finish almost nailed on, not many riders were interested in heading up the road this morning. 3 Spanish riders soon went clear, Rubio Madrazo of Burgos BH and Saez of Escudi Basque Country Murias. Behind, it was the sprinters teams controlling the pace and the time gap. UAE for Gaviria, De Koning Quickstep for Jakobsen and Bora Hansgrohe for Sam Bennett. It was Madrazo, already in the KOM jersey, who took maximum points at the top of the first of the third category climbs today. Inside 50k's to go though, and the gap to the front trio was already down to just over a minute. The GC teams keeping their leaders safe towards the front of the peloton. With 44 kilometres to go, the gap was more than bridgeable, and Thomas de Gendt decided to try and do exactly that. He attacked the main peloton, initially on his own, but the move did eventually spark a few others into action. Those others were Nilson Paulus and Sepp Kuss of Jumbo-Visma, Marc Soler of Team Movistar and Damien Howson of Team Mitchelton Scott. They would soon join de Gendt at the head of the race and form what looked to be a formidable group. There's confirmation of the names up towards the front, still 11 seconds behind the breakaway. The rest of the peloton were alert to it though, soon chasing it down. However, to do that there was a significant rise in the pace, and that was enough to see Fernando Gaviria dropped, one of the big favourites for today's stage. Up front, Madrazo was determined to stay clear for the final KOM of the day. He was bridged up to by Ruben Guerrero of Katusha Alpecin, but it was Madrazo who crossed the finish line first, extending his lead in that KOM competition to 9 points over Alejandro Valverde. He was soon caught though, as Jumbo-Visma was still hogging the front of the bunch, keeping Roglic and Bennett out of trouble, but also keeping Fernando Gaviria in trouble. His deficit to the bunch almost a minute with just under 25k's to go. This was going to be a big effort if he was going to get back on. Slowly but surely the gap began to reduce, but the question was, how much would this be taking out of his sprinting legs? Talking of sprinting, at the intermediate sprint, it was Sergio Higuita who was once again showing everyone that he's not just a climber, taking maximum points and with it, 3 bonus seconds. Jumbo-Visma continued to drill things on the front at over 70 kilometres per hour, and the gap therefore to Gaviria started to go back up. He would take no part in today's finale. With 5k's to go, the lead-out train still hadn't quite started in earnest. These days the teams choose to leave things as late as they possibly can to ensure that they don't run out of lead-out riders in the closing kilometre of the race. Under the Flamme Rouge, which marks 1 kilometre to go, and it was Team Sunweb riding on the front for Max Valscheid. However, here looming large in 7th is the Irish champion Sam Bennett. He's up to 4th at this point, locked to the wheel of Edward Churns of Team Trek Segafredo. Sunweb still on the front, but with 300 metres to go, it's John Degenkolb who gives it all to lead out Churns. However, Churns and Bennett kick at the same time, and there's nothing that anybody can do to stop Sam Bennett. He's in the form of his life right now, and that, to be honest, was a relatively easy win for the rider from Bora Hansgrohe. His first ever win, in fact, at the Vuelta a España. What a season it's turning out to be for Sam Bennett. Here's the stage result. It was Churns who managed to take 2nd place on the stage. Luca Mezget's there in 3rd, and rounding out the top 10, Clement Venturini of AG2R. Well, it's been a great race for the South Americans, but it's turning into a great race for the Irish too. On the podium there is Sam Bennett, and conserving his overall race lead is Nico Roach, who'll have the red jersey for a second day. The only change in the top 10 overall, Sergio Higuita leapfrogging Wilco Kelderman into 7th. We're expecting another bunch sprint tomorrow. I'm going to put my neck on the line and say it's going to be a second one for Sam Bennett. You can put your predictions in the comments section below. Come out tomorrow to find out what happened.